Morning chaps, welcome to another video today. Today I'm going to be giving another product a crack at the whip that hasn't probably fared that well for me, and I want to try and find out if it's the product or if it's something I'm doing wrong. The product is indeed Ingram's. Now the first few times I used it, my skin just, I don't know, I didn't like it very much, so I've adjusted my preparation a little bit. I've hopped out for longer. Made sure that my face is nice and clean, not that I don't anyway, but just extra clean, you know, just in case something was irritating the skin that wasn't the product. I'm using a known good blade, a known good brush, in a razor that works perfectly well for me in any other combination of product. So we shall see. We can see what happens today. Now, one of my first problems I had with Ingram's was the inability to get it to lather very well with a badger brush. So again, I've soaked that for longer, and I'm going to use a bit more product today. Just a little bit extra out the tube, just to try and rule that out. Works perfectly well with a synthetic brush, no problems there that I can note. So on with the shave for today. Obviously, I'm going to bowl lather it in my trusty shaving room bowl. I'm going to be using the Razor Rock Bazooka, relatively mild razor that obviously will, well, I know it works well, so I use it a lot, with an Astra Superior stainless blade, which again I know is a good blade for my skin in just about any combination. And I'll be using a Cadman 26mm silver tip knot on my brush to sort of get the lather going. So last time I used about an almond's worth of lather, cream, so I'm just going to, about half as much again. I don't want to go mental, no I will actually. I'm going to add about 2 almonds worth, just to rule out the fact that it's product. It's cheap enough to buy, so it's like a couple of quid for a tube, so why not? If I don't agree with it, I've not lost anything. So I'm going to shake out or squeeze out the majority of the water. So I don't want to go too wet up front. That's the brush today, the lovely 26mm. It's the NS, mine. And that's the amount of lather I've got, or cream, should I say, I've got there. So we're just going to start working that and see what we get. Now, the reason I've used more, because my theory is it's a big knot on this brush and it likes to soak up and hold onto the lather, and I barely had enough 2 passes last time, so with 1 almond's worth, so I'm going to add more, logic being more cream, more lather, a little bit more soaking in the brush means hopefully it shouldn't soak up so much of the product. Now immediately I can see I obviously have more lather up front, which is good. Whether or not this lather will agree with my skin today, we'll find out. I suppose the plus side is I'm already loaded up on anti-inflammatories for other ailments, so if my skin does flare up and get irritated, the codeine should do the trick. Retrospectively, well, not retrospectively, you know what I mean. So what do we have at this point? Well, we have a good amount in the brush, decent amount in the bowl, but looking at how it's holding its peaks, I think it needs a little bit more water. So we're going to go back to the sink. Or does it? Yeah, a little bit more water, just a few drops, nothing major. I don't want to go over wetting it and make myself into a worse position than before. Hydration wise, I think it could possibly do with a little bit more, but I want to work out some of these bubbles before I start adding more water. Now interestingly, the scent, it smells just like dish soap still, which, if you remember my first video showing the Ingrams, I wasn't a big fan. I'll be honest, I'm still not a fan of the mild green fairy liquid type smell. Could be that's irritating my skin, we don't know. We'll find out, I guess. But in case that it does, obviously, like I say, I'm preloaded with anti-inflammatories for other things. But I have a backup product that I've not featured on video, so I thought I'd pull it through today just to be prepared, like the good Boy Scout that I never was. I thought I'd bring some Nivea cream for men, just to sort of hopefully calm down any flare-ups that may or may not occur. I'll show it you anyway, end of the video. So I think we're good on the lather front. The brush is chocker full of lather, and there's still plenty in the bowl. So just going to warm the razor. There's nothing quite like the touch of warm steel to the face. So we've got a day's growth, so nothing too challenging for the soap. So a bit of a lather. I hope we're all going to have good days today. I'm off for an eye test in a bit. And then when I get back, I'll start the roast beef for din-dins. One thing I wanted to note at the beginning but I forgot to, the consistency of the cream as it came out the tube was fine. I noticed one or two people have sort of suggested that Ingrams can kind of separate in the tube, but thankfully that doesn't appear to be the case here. It's not watery, it's good consistency of cream. So I think we solved the quantity of lather issue. Got stacks of that now. Feel the menthol kicking in. Let's see how the shave is. I don't want to inhale the cream, so I'm just going to clean up there. Okay, so as we said, Razor Rock Bazooka, Astra Superior stainless blade. Let's see what we get today. Yeah, see, I can't really fault that. There's no issues with the glide or the cushion, so I don't think that's the problem with the resultant lather. There we go. So, yeah, I don't think it's that. Sorry, don't want to be tasting the stuff. So yeah. Don't know if anyone watched the boxing last night. I didn't watch it unfortunately, but it was good to see Manny Pacquiao regain the title. Another win from a distance decision, well, a unanimous decision. So, but again, it's another win where he's not had a knockout. Anyways, he's getting a bit old, but we'll forgive him for that. He's still a bloody good boxer. So, okay, first pass. No issues with the performance of the soap. Plenty of glide, plenty of cushion. Can't fault that. I can feel the menthol. It's not overly mentholated. More than Paraso. Nowhere near as much as Denali. So I don't think it's like a menthol sensitivity at all. Because I have no issues with Denali or with the Sterling Glacial that I tried. Just going to take some of the lather out of this brush because it is chocker. to scrape the sides. Okay, lather up for pass 2. There we go. So it's a decent lather now. So it's definitely a case of one of those products that you have to use more of it to get a good lather with a big heavy knotted brush. And look, we've got stacks in the bowl. Enough there for many more passes to come. Okay. So we're going to go across the grain now. Again, not adjusting technique, just keeping the razor on the skin, no extra pressure other than what's required to hold it on the face. There. So that's still feeling fine. Nothing untoward going on at the minute. Happy there. So in a way, I'm kind of happy that it doesn't appear so far to be the product. So I hate buying products that don't work, so I like to consider myself a fairly considered purchaser. I like to research products before I buy. It irritates the wife, something chronic, because it means I just sort of deliberate for months sometimes on buying a product. Let's face it, money's hard to come by, so I want to make sure I spend it wisely. There we go, 2 passes complete. What I'm going to do is at this stage, I'm going to wipe off and see what we've got. Yeah, nothing to complain about at this point. Not as much residual slickness as I get with many soaps, so I wonder if that may be a contributing factor previously to the issues that I had. You never know. So, a bit more lather for the third and final pass today. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, good lather now, and I can really feel the cold. Really feel the cold. And look, there's plenty. Okay, so I think I can probably cut the amount of cream I've used up front now. Probably go to, say, like an almond and a half, as opposed to 2 full. That way I don't waste too much product. So, final pass is against the grain. Again, razor or bazooka, same Astro Superior stainless blade. Let's go. This is the point where a soap will show its weak points for me. If I'm going to see anything, it'll be here. I'm going to avoid the temptation for blade buffing, because it is getting on this blade now. I think this is day 11 on this particular blade, so it's not as keen as it used to be. I don't want any additional variables in the shave, should I get any irritation. And the good thing was, previously the irritation was noticeable immediately after I rinsed off. So far, it's much better than it was. There's a little bit of redness going on, but nowhere near as much as last time. Okay, 3 passes complete. And what have we got? Well, it's better than last time. Again, a lack of residual slickness after the shave. Just a little bit of irritation, but nowhere near as much as last time. So, I'm going to put that down. The lather that I had last time being subpar, which means that it's not that bad. I think I'll give it another couple of goes this week, just to see if I can repeat these kind of results. If so, that will completely change how I feel about the Ingrams. I was very hesitant to sort of use it again today, based on previous results, and the wife was sort of turned around and said, yeah, last time you used it you couldn't shave for a day or two, and that kind of did hit home a little bit. I was sort of very tempted to say, actually no, I'm just going to throw it away. But I thought, no, there's got to be something, because for so many people to thoroughly enjoy the product and get great results from it on a daily basis, that I must have been doing something wrong. And it does appear that the lather that I was making with the Badger before, potentially on the first pass of that shave, where I did use the Badger brush with the subpar lather, and then I sort of switched out to the synthetic for the second and third passes, I think you find that first pass was probably the one that did the damage. So I think a couple more uses this week of Ingrams to see how it fares, and hopefully I'll be able to change a lot of the opinion. The one thing I won't be able to change my opinion on this cream is the scent. I'm not a fan of the the washing up liquid scent. If I wanted to smell fairy liquid, I'd go and do the dishes again. But as it stands, doing the dishes is not my favourite job, so the scent of Ingram's is not my favourite at all. It scores quite low on that. But overall, scent isn't the main reason I would buy soap or not buy soap. If it works perfectly well, there's no reason that the scent can't be looked past, because let's be honest, after the first pass, the menthol set in and you're more sort of concerned with how the menthol feels. It's quite nice, I'll give you that. Ingram's is a very good menthol level. It's a nice, gentle, is gentle the right word? It's not a subtle kick. It lets you know it's there, put it that way. So if you want something a bit mentally, more so than Paraso, but something maybe less than Denali, give the Ingrams a try for that. So chaps, I'm going to go and get my old eyeballs tested, make sure there's nothing untoward going on, and then when I get back I'm going to encode the video, upload it for you guys, and hopefully you like what you see. If you do, very much appreciate your thumbs up. If you really like it, very, very much appreciate subscriptions. And yeah, thank you very much for watching the update on the Ingram's cream. I will speak to you soon. I've been Nick, and yeah, this has been Ingram's. Bye.